Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Gaming Corner podcast. I'm your host, Josiah.
And I'm Jonathan.
I'm Landon.
And today
I'm Preston.
Preston. We got Preston this week. Who could have guessed? Hi, Preston. How are you?
The fourth and often forgotten member of the Gaming Corner podcast.
Yes, he is. He's not a part of the podcast per se. We're working on that. But he is a part of the channel as he has his own show, which we'll be talking about in a second.
He has to sign a contract to be a part of the podcast officially. So
yeah, Landon and Jonathan both had to sign contracts, and myself. We all had to sign 5-year contracts. So
only for the podcast, though.
I love 5-year contracts.
I love them so much.
What if we do like a 2-year? What if we do like a 2-year contract for Preston?
Well, we can't really do that because the contract's already done. But moving on, today we're just going to be doing video game movies is our topic for today. But let's not jump in too fast real quick, but let's get right into the gaming news and announcements. The Nintendo World Championships is back, kinda. So if you know the leaker Pioro, he accurately predicted that a Nintendo Switch game called Nintendo World Championships NES Edition would come out. We didn't really know what this game was, and only a few days after this tweet was made, trailers surfaced for the game, and oh my, it looks cool. Reminiscent of the NES remix, this is looking to be one of the coolest game releases this year, and thankfully we won't have to wait long as the game releases on July 18th for $30 on the Nintendo eShop and $60 for a physical copy, which includes a game, the pin set, and a gold replica NES cartridge, and a few other things. I'm so excited for this because NES Remix was one of my favorite 3DS games, and especially Wii U games, so I'm excited for this.
So this, I'm not excited for this whatsoever.
Oh no.
NES Remix.
What?
That game is really cool. That game looks great. This is not NES Remix. The whole point of NES Remix is you have NES games and then you put other pieces from other NES games to mix them all together into a really cool smorgasbord of different NES games. This is speedrun optimization. That's the entirety of this game. You have 13 seconds of just this game, and then you speedrun it. That is the entirety of the game. And for $30, I just can't, in my brain, I don't think that I should pick that up for that price. If this was a NSO, if you have the expansion pass, you get access to this, I'd be like, yeah, sure, that's great, I love that. But the fact that they're just reselling to you micro bits of games that you already have on NSO is kind of dumb to me. So, yeah. The collector's edition is cool, though.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be picking up the collector's edition. Like you were saying that it's just the speedrunning things. I know NES Remix had that, and the mode where you said that all the games different come together, that was also only just one mode in the game, so that really wasn't the overall thing, but that was a big part of NES Remix. And even though this isn't NES Remix, it's the closest thing we're probably going to get because World Championships, that was a big thing. They brought it back for 2017, 2015. I want to see it come back in 2024 or 2025. Bring back NES Remix, because SNES Remix, that would be a great game.
Oh yeah. Nintendo's recently registered trademarks for 2 older games, Kirby and the Rainbow Paintbrush, also known as Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, and Full Blocks, also known as Stretchmo, in Australia. While the original trademark still exists, suggesting more than a simple renewal, it's uncertain if these filings indicate a revival of the games. Kirby and the Rainbow Paintbrush offers colorful platforming using the Wii U gamepad's touchscreen, while Full Blocks adds new dimensions to puzzle solving by introducing extra directions of movement for block manipulation. Whether these trademarks lead to new developments remains to be seen.
I don't know if you've ever played the 3DS, but the 3DS had this really good game called Stretchmo. That was one of the first. I think that was
part of the Pushmo series.
Yeah, the Pushmo series is one of the coolest. I don't want to call it series, but how about a micro series? It's one of the best micro series because Stretchmo.
It's a series. It has Pushmo, Crashmo, Pushmo World, and Stretchmo.
Then fine, series.
I've played the 3DS, but I've never heard of Stretchmo ever.
Really?
I find it interesting that Stretchmo is the one that they want to bring back because that's a 3DS game, whereas Pushmo World, which is in all accounts just as great of a game, is a Wii U game.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, I would love to see the Stretchmo games, the Pushmo games, come back into a big collection on the Switch, because that would be really cool. That'd be a great revival of the series almost, because since the 3DS, most of the 3DS systems, or like games on the systems, have died. So I want to see a good return to all these different systems, especially before the Switch 2 comes out. I'm excited for all of this, and I can't wait to see what they do with this. It's going to be awesome.
Agreed. If
Yeah,
it
I
leads to
also-
anything at all.
As far as the Kirby game, I am very excited for that. So if you don't know, Kirby and the Rainbow Curse is a sequel to the DS game Kirby and the Canvas Curse, which is completely touch controlled, which is why I'm like I don't really know how Nintendo's going to put that on their console unless something with Switch 2 has like a touch screen connected to the controller or a second screen or something.
Yeah.
Because it's very much made a second touch screen type of game experience.
That's
But
interesting.
I find that, and also I feel like both of these games, especially Push Mo or Stretch Mo or whatever it is, would be great options to be announced at the already announced Nintendo Direct, which is the next thing that we're going to go into. But I'm like, Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, that's fine to bring it back, but like, why don't you bring back a game that wasn't released in America, like Kirby's Toy Box or Kirby's Rainbow Carnival or Kirby do one or Kirby's Superstar Stacker, like bring one of those back and
Yeah.
not one that was Wii U, because it is one of the last Wii U games that we don't have a port for, but
Yeah. Yeah, they're really just trying to bring everything from the Wii U over, because nobody bought a Wii U, like 13.56 million. I'm scared that I know that number. But not many people bought a Wii U, and they're really just trying to milk the Wii U for all it had. And with the Switch being their best-selling home console of all time, yeah, they kind of want to get everything that they can out of this failed system to make it at least a little bit worthwhile.
Recently, in the absolute most random way possible, Nintendo tweeted out the following: "We will make an announcement about the successor to the Nintendo Switch within this fiscal year. It will have been over 9 years since we have announced the existence of the Nintendo Switch back in March 2015. We will be holding a Nintendo Direct this June regarding the Nintendo Switch software lineup for the later half of 2024. But please be aware that there will be no mention of Nintendo Switch successor during the presentation."
Wow, that was the biggest news that I've heard from Nintendo in a while. That was
Agreed. I agree.
a lot. I'm excited to see what they do with the system. I hope it is like a Switch 2. They've been filing patents for months on this stuff, actually years even. Like since the past 2 years, they've been filing patents, doing all this stuff. And I'm excited to see what happens with this. We just did an episode about the Switch 2. Was it with you, Preston?
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
so...
No,
yeah.
I did. Yeah, it was Switch 2.
Yeah, so if you want to hear more of Preston, check out
Go
episode
look at
8.
if you- yeah, and I just really like how transparent Nintendo's being with this announcement in particular, because like, usually they're like, oh yeah, we're not going to tell you anything until we announce it, and we're going to keep everything under wraps. With stuff like this, it's like you can announce the fact that you have something in development. Well, it's not going to completely shut them, but it's going to shut them up more, and also give us just the fact that we're getting a June Direct, so we don't have to be wondering all the way until June. Like, tell us a month out. That's great. Do that every time. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
This is the first time that I've actually seen Nintendo be transparent, like so not secretive. And it's very unlike Nintendo, I almost want to say. Like, this is surprisingly
The next
not
era
like
for
them.
Nintendo.
It's the new era for Nintendo. It's a brand new, a brand new era.
Genre. Genre.
Almost.
Okay. That's not the right word at all.
But yeah, I'm excited to see where Nintendo is going, because this is like a new Nintendo that we're dealing with today. And I'm excited to see what they do, and I'm excited to see where they go with this.
I feel like if they keep announcing Nintendo Directs like this and just kind of be more transparent, like people will probably go back to Nintendo if they left. I mean, like,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I saw something about like Nintendo fans are not actually fans of Nintendo. They just like their games. But like in this, but if Nintendo
Isn't
decides
that
to
what
do
a
this,
fan
like,
is?
what?
Isn't
like-
that what a fan is?
Oh yeah, maybe you're right. I don't know, but yeah, essentially, yeah.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying, that they don't follow the company, they just play the games.
Right.
Yeah, that's a big thing. If Nintendo was more transparent like this, it could really save them in the long run, as they're almost like completely out of the console race. They're out of the console wars. At this point, it's just PlayStation and Xbox. So I'm excited to see
That's
But also-
crazy, bro.
where this goes.
They don't need to be like genuinely, they don't need to be at the front of the race,
Yeah.
because
Right.
what they do is they're innovative and they give you the best games on the market.
Mhm.
So that's what Nintendo should strive for their brand to be. We've got the new things, the crazy things, and we've got the best games on the market. And also
Yeah.
just being a family company.
Yeah. Also, here's
I
just
agree.
here's a side note that I just thought of when I was a while ago. Do you think this console's gonna fail? Because with Nintendo's past track record of every other system failing, I think this is gonna fail. I mean, like, think about it. The GameCube failed. The Wii lived. The Wii U died. The Switch lived. Is the Switch 2 also gonna die, like the Wii U did? Are they not gonna market it correctly?
Personally, I believe that it all kind of depends on if it's cross or if it's backwards compatible.
And they have said that it
If
will
it's-
be. It will be backwards compatible.
Not necessarily. They didn't. I don't think so. Right?
I swore I read some article.
No, that's a rumor.
I heard
there's a
I read
rumor.
some article with
Yeah.
Furukawa or somebody from Nintendo stating
It's
that,
like
I don't think so.
there's a rumor that's like we can confirm that is correct.
yeah,
Yeah.
but if it is,
If it isn't though, I get the feeling that it's probably not going to get as many sales because some people are just not going to think it's worth it. If that
Yeah.
makes sense.
yeah,
Like,
But
if they
then
put, like,
again-
if they put like an LCD screen in it too, like instead of an OLED, people are gonna be like, well, why would I go back to like an older screen when I already have like an OLED on my last gen console?
that's right. It's all about like what kind of technology you're putting into it. And Nintendo has always been a company. There we go. Nintendo has always been a company that has always been behind the technology, behind the years, mainly so that they can make your consoles a little bit cheaper but still give you a really good experience. And I just hope for this that history doesn't repeat itself like it has for the past few decades where every other console fails. So I'm hoping that this will be the thing to break it, but I'm counting on it failing. I don't want to say it, but I'm counting on the system failing.
I'm not. But that's just me.
I don't want it to fail, but I think it is.
That's where I'm coming from. Yeah.
Recently, Nintendo has been canceling all pre-orders for the Paper Mario games. For specifically Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. First they did this with Amazon. They canceled everybody's Amazon pre-orders of the game digitally, and now Walmart has canceled all digital pre-orders and just physical pre-orders as well, which means that they can only sell it in store, and you can only buy the game in store. And it's just a really weird decision to make, especially when this can be the big return of the Paper Mario franchise. Why is Nintendo choosing to, I don't know, hide it?
Yeah, this is something that I actually heard about as well. I feel like this is my personal theory. Something went wrong on Nintendo's end. They freaked out and canceled everything. So then, are they going to have to delay the game by a little bit? Because with the physical game, they have to manually ship that out. With a digital copy, it's set to release on that specific time. If it releases too early and it's not ready, I feel like that's their biggest thing. The game is not ready yet.
Yeah, I really hope that that's not the case. But if it is the case, instead of freaking out and canceling pre-orders, what they should do is delay it like another month.
Yeah.
I know
Right.
that wouldn't be like, oh yeah, that's not going to work with our schedule because we already have Luigi coming out in June. But I think that would be the best plan of action. And I really hope it's not the case because it is a remake, but
Mhm.
it still shouldn't be that hard to do.
Yeah.
And it'd be really unfortunate if the Switch version was worse than the original.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming up soon on Pros and Cons. Be excited.
Nice.
Except for I don't have a pre-order.
Yeah.
they canceled my pre-order, so I don't have a pre-order. But
Oh.
I will do my best to get.
All right. Well, from there, let's move into the latest gaming releases.
All right, so the first game released this month we have on May 2nd, 2024, Endless Ocean Luminous. Now, when this came out, it didn't really get great reviews. It was probably like a 63, 64 on Metacritic. It's still sitting at those reviews, but those reviews aren't because the game is bad. Those reviews are because of what the game is. If you're going into this looking for your next Subnautica, that's not what you're going to get here. This is a cozy game where you just go and look at fish. That is the entirety of the gameplay. You go, dive in, you look at fish. If that sounds up your alley, you'll love this game. You'll have a good time. If it doesn't, maybe this game isn't for you. But that doesn't mean you should hate it.
I wasn't a big fan of the original Endless Ocean because, like he was saying, I thought this game was going to be like a big, grand adventure. Like, oh, we're going to be able to go through the waters, do missions and stuff. No, you just look at fish. And I see why people weren't excited for it. That doesn't mean that the game is inherently bad. They're just seeing it in the wrong light. They're not getting the best perspective of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I'll be honest.
Man, the fact that there isn't first-person shooter segments in my Mario game makes it terrible. 0 out of 10. I wanted this to be a shooter, not a platformer.
If only Luigi had a machete.
No, if only he didn't have a machete. Thankfully, he doesn't have a machete.
Not yet.
Bad idea,
Coming
bro.
soon, Nintendo.
That's a bad-
Coming soon from Nintendo.
That's a-
Luigi's Mansion
Coming
4.
soon.
That's a bad idea waiting
Luigi's
to happen.
machete.
Bash, slash, and
Luigi's
bash,
machete.
slash, and crash the enemies and the ghosts. We're turning this into a movie. No, but yeah, Endless Ocean Luminous. It's
First you back the ghost. Now you just slice them.
Did you say it was bad?
No, I said it was a
No, it's
thing.
not-
It's not bad. It was just
Oh.
seen in the wrong light, and I'm
Right.
I'm hoping that people will be able to figure that out later on, especially because it's only the first month of the release. So I hope they figure that out. A game
But
that
I'm perfectly fine with the Metacritic score. Let's be clear, because we're doing a fantasy league, and Josiah and John's team has Endless Ocean.
and we need
So I
to
am
win.
perfectly
We
fine
need to win.
Metacritic score.
I
You
need
guys
it
said
to
the
be
Switch 2
good.
was coming
I
out
needed
this
to
year.
at
That's
least
not
hit a 95 on Metacritic. No, but I don't think that'll hit a 95. Unlike Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door HD, that hasn't quite released yet. We're at this moment just looking at games that are releasing this month, and on May 23rd, that releases along with World of Goo 2. Paper Mario: Thousand Year Door, we've already talked about this. I'm excited for this game. I played a bit of the original Thousand Year Door. I've said it a billion times. DK Oldies accidentally shipped me Paper Mario for the 64. I loved that game. I loved Color Splash because I'm that kind of person. And
You're
I
weird?
thought I am weird.
Okay.
I'm Weird Al Yankovic. Called it. But I'm excited for Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. It is such a good game from what I've played, and I can't wait to play it on Switch. Another game that's releasing that exact same day is World of Goo 2. This is the sequel to the best WiiWare game of all time, and I want to play it so bad. And thankfully it's come out. I just don't have money, so that's a thing. If anybody else wants to give
Wait.
me their credit card number, feel free.
What do you mean? What? I'm confused. You said it came out, but then it hasn't
Oh,
come out?
never mind. I'm looking at the next release.
Yeah.
Never mind. That hasn't quite come out yet, but we can still pre-order it, so the offer's still open. Credit card numbers and debit card numbers are accepted.
Imagine
can't
if somebody
pre-order
actually
Paper
sent
Mario.
you their credit card number.
Oh, sweet, I just got a Venmo for $40.
Very funny, very funny.
No.
Pac-Man Mega Tunnel Battle Chomp Champs came out 8 days ago. That's it. That's all I know.
Yeah, May 8th, 2024, the year of our Lord. So
What?
Pac-Man Mega Tunnel Battle Chomp Champs. This is the longest Pac-Man name I've ever seen. I'm surprised Pac-Man hasn't turned into a Kingdom Hearts game. This is
Yeah, that's just an anime title right there.
Yeah, right there. Part 37 HD Junior, twice removed, the third. I'm excited to
Yes,
see
sir.
how this game reviews because I have not seen anything for this. I didn't know this game existed, so that just means somebody wasn't doing their part on the marketing side of the game. But either way,
I can't wait. Pac-Man game. Pac-Man, is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon?
no.
Oh my word.
That's my
Stop.
favorite Pac-Man game. I can't wait to play that. Actually, speaking of playing, let's move into the games that we've been picking up and playing. So, recently I started a reselling business, so I've been playing a lot of those games. So I was playing things like Street Fighter 2. That was on the Super Famicom, or the Super Nintendo, whatever you really want to call it. Very fun game. I already own it, but I was playing it a little bit more just to test it out. So I thought it was a very fun game. I've also been playing a bit of Mario Land 2 on the Game Boy. I already sold that, but from what I played, which was a lot of it, it was a very good game, and I'm so sorry that it had to go. But it was such a good game. I loved it. Mario Land 2 was much better than the original, and I'm happy to see it back on Switch, because now we can play it there. But a game that is not on Switch is Super Mario 3D Land for the Nintendo 3DS. And wow, I disliked this game. This was the most basic Mario game I've ever played in my life. I'm doing a video on Retro Rewind in September on that because I'm very scheduled. So I'm excited to see what people think of Mario 3D Land and of the video. And me and Preston have something in the works for that we can't really say much on, but we have something in the works on Mario 3D Land. So I'm going to stop talking now so Preston doesn't shoot me. So, John, go right ahead.
I have been playing several... What's wrong with me? Can somebody explain? I'm sorry. I've been playing... True. Alright. I've been playing several games. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered. I bought that on the Switch for like $7 because it was on sale. I mean, like, why would you not?
Yeah.
Here's a kind of a scary one. FNAF Security Breach.
Oh, I've been scared.
So, hey, you and me both, man.
Anyway, I got scared and stopped playing, and then I had to return it to the library. But like, I played it, so you know. The part, basically the first scary part where you have to like dodge.
That's the funniest thing that I love about John. He will play scary games up until the part where he gets scared and then never pick it up again. That is like trying to go outside but not looking at the sky.
Which character was facing you?
Like the first. Wait, wasn't it like Bonnie? I think.
Bonnie isn't insecure.
Oh.
Chica.
Chica. That's what it was. Chica.
I got further than you.
Yeah. Okay.
Granted,
Anyway.
I'm forced to, but
I didn't play it at all. I played the original FNAF, but not.
What do you mean?
And I also
So have I.
I played it on my 3DS.
I played it. Bro, I played it 3 times and have literally failed every single time.
I won
like
my first go. I have nerves of steel.
Anyway, Pikmin 1 and 2. I only played Pikmin 1. But like, can I just be honest?
No.
Okay. Anyway, no, I'm kidding. The Pikmin games are really good, and I genuinely need to redo my Nintendo franchises video. Like, just completely change it. Like, Pikmin is so fun. It's like Dastardly tier, at least. Maybe not actually. It's
I
probably more
told
like
you the series was fun. Yeah, we'll
did.
talk about that in Ranked Season 2 if John's up for it.
Yes, sir.
Ranked Season 2
Animal
confirmed?
Crossing
Nice.
Is not confirmed.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. It's confirmed. Yeah. Mario Kart DS sucks. Like, sucks.
It's not that bad. It's aged, and it's not the best.
It's bad. Actually, no. Sorry. No, sorry. I was thinking of I was thinking of Mario Kart Super Circuit.
There we go.
Mario Kart
That's
DS
what I like better.
Okay.
Mario Kart DS
is
is
okay.
the best Mario Kart
No,
game
it's
on
okay.
the DS.
It's the only Mario Kart game on the DS.
That's the joke, John.
Actually, there is Mario Kart 7, but it's
That's on the
3DS.
3DS.
Play Mario Kart. You can play
Still a
Mario Kart
DS.
Super your DS.
What?
I mean,
play
you
Mario Kart
can,
Super
but
Circuit.
that's for the Game Boy Advance, and the DS is really only backwards compatible, so that really only kind of counts.
Right. And anyway, I'm playing Mario Kart Super Circuit on my 3DS using the ROM from the 8 shop.
Ah.
That sucked. Because like the screen is dim, like extra dim for some reason. I have no idea why. And Tomodachi Life.
Amazing pick.
That's it. That's it. By the way, I am doing ranked videos for both Animal Crossing and Mario Kart.
So first of all, pickups. I picked up the game Pepper Grinder, which is a very fun, like momentum-based indie game. It's like I would not compare it to Celeste in movement, but I would compare it to Celeste in the way like it feels really good and looks really good, and the soundtrack is top. So I don't know. Go check it out. It's a really fun game. I picked it up, I think, $5 on sale, and it was very good. Now what I've been playing, I'm gonna attempt to go fast. Slime Rancher, great game. You shoot slimes at people. Pokemon Legends, played it for my Pros and Joy-Cons video, which you should go watch. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Princess Peach Showtime, played it for the Pros and Joy-Cons video. You should go watch. Poppy Playtime, I was forced to play by my friends, and that is on the Off the Wall YouTube channel. You can watch me play through that game. And then I played Kirby's Rainbow Carnival online with Maddie on her stream, and that was very fun. I played Kirby in the Forgotten Land with my cousin. I played Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, getting more into the story. I played Kirby in the Amazing Mirror online with Maddie and Octoboy, both of Radio Chaos, and that was also very fun. We also did some Mario Kart 64. I did Animal Crossing New Horizons, where I did a blindfolded house design so that I wasn't looking at the screen, and then I had Maddie and Logan tell me what to do. That's pretty much it. They told me what to place in like the Happy Home Paradise thing. I played some Mario Party 2 online. I played some Mario Galaxy because I wanted to go back and play some Mario Galaxy. Like started working towards 100% of that game. I was forced to play some Scarlet and Violet by Logan 3, Tyler, and Logan 2. Also, all just from Off the Wall / Radio Chaos. And those are all very fun. Except for, I don't like that game. Scarlet and Violet is legitimately a bad game, but we were just horsing around and online. It was fun. Then I played through all of Beacon Pines, which is a very good story-driven visual novel game that's like very close to like Gravity Falls in feel, and I highly recommend it. I played some Undertale Yellow on stream. I need to go back and do more of that. I played some Mario Odyssey because it's Mario Odyssey. I played some Deltarune because it's Deltarune. I played some Astro's Playroom. I played some Mario Kart Wii, and then I played on Apple released an emulator, so definitely on my DS. I played Mario 64 DS, Canvas Curse, which is the precursor to Rainbow Curse, Mario Tennis Power Tour, which is like a Mario Tennis game, but it's also an RPG. It's really interesting. Rhythm Heaven. Rhythm Heaven is an incredible game. Full stop. Like, it is one of the best games that I've ever played. Just a really... It's very difficult, but it feels so good when you get those rhythms correctly, and that's for the DS. Then I played some Pepper Grinder because I picked that up. I tried out Electroplankton, which is Nintendo's rhythm game for the DS, and that was a good time. Very interesting game. I don't know if I would pay full price for it, but it's like a fun little thing to just mess around with for a little bit. I played the DS version of LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga, which actually is really similar to the Wii version and ran really well, which surprised me. I played The Adventures of Starfy, which is a very good 2D platformer a la Kirby for the DS. And then I was forced to play FNAF Security Breach by Logan 2 and Logan 3. And I didn't get jump scared by Chica or like Freddy or any of the main characters. I got jump scared by a door.
How?
Oh my
I went to
word.
open a door and the door opened for me, and I legitimately jumped out of my seat. So that should be on the Off the Wall YouTube channel. My playthrough, the first episode of my playthrough, that should be up there. It should be funny. I think it's funny. I didn't enjoy it. I legitimately don't think that game is designed well, and also I just don't like horror games in general. So, and then we played
Yeah.
Sackboy's Big Adventure on the PlayStation 5, which is actually like a really solid 3D platformer, especially a multiplayer one. It's very similar to 3D World in like the vibes of the platforming and traversal and level design, but it also like everything graphics wise looks like it could come straight out of a Crafted World or a Woolly World. So it's very good looking game and very fun game. So I got to play a bit of that. And then finally I played Bluey the video game.
Because how can you not go without Bluey the video game in your life?
Exactly.
Bluey the video game is terrible, and you should never spend money on it. I played the PlayStation 5 version. We played for maybe like 15 minutes, but we already encountered a glitch where one of us clipped out of bounds and was able to just walk off screen. You know,
Oh my word.
as you do.
Just casual Bluey stuff.
Just, yeah, casual Bluey just walking out of the TV.
Exactly.
Yeah, there we go. That's my really long list of what I've been playing, because I haven't been able to do a podcast episode for a while.
Yeah. So let's move into the actual topic. Today we've compiled a list of movies that are good, bad, and movies that are to come out later on. And we just kind of want to give our basic thoughts on the movies, starting with the good movies, beginning with the Super Mario Bros. Movie in 2023. This game was the most hyped I've ever gotten for any movie of all time. I thought this was a great movie. I loved it. A lot of people bashed it because they're like, oh, this is boring. And I was like, no, it's great. It's boring, but it has Luigi. So it was a great movie. I loved it. It's on Netflix. Go watch it. It was awesome.
Ooh, really? That's awesome.
Who else wants to give their thoughts?
Ready? Oh,
Or yeah, we can just move on to the next one. Make it easier.
I want to give my thoughts on the Mario Bros. Movie.
go for it.
This is genuinely my favorite video game movie, full stop. Just the experience of watching this in the theater, having all of the hype train, and then having the hype train be fully fulfilled by every single moment. The amount of references that this movie has to the Mario games is just... it's legitimately incredible.
It's
And-
refreshing.
Yeah, it's refreshing, and I'm very excited to see what they'll do next. You've probably heard everybody talking about this movie too much. Is this the best movie of all time? No. It's very lacking on characters.
It's very lacking in
But-
story.
It does. It's very lacking in characters and story. It doesn't need to have characters and story because Mario games
Right.
don't have characters and story. It's got the amazing soundtrack, the beautiful visuals, the iconicness of the entire franchise, and all mixed together with some fun surprises like Peaches and the whole entire Rainbow Road scene, which is still just one of my favorite scenes in movies of all time. And of course, the end final fight, which just gave me chills. Like, huge props to Brian Tyler, because that movie would only be half the movie it was if the soundtrack wasn't as on point as it is.
Yeah. The music was
Yeah.
a big part of that movie.
Another factor with why it didn't have a story was because it kind of was just made to hold kids in front of the screen. I mean,
That
Mario's
was
for kids?
Yeah. The
mean-
story was mainly for the kids. The references were for the older fans. And I'm just gonna
Right.
have a hot take right here. Don't have to agree with me, but I feel like the Rainbow Road scene could have been fully cut out.
Like, it could have been fully cut out.
Yeah.
But also that adds so much to the movie, and that is like the mid-movie set piece.
Yeah.
And also it's just really cool.
Yeah, the things that
It's just
happen
a
in it
really
are
good
really cool, but
It was
for me, it
about-
kind of just drags the story along a little bit longer than it should have. They could have just like gotten
If it was-
Tanuki suits or gone up
No,
into
it-
the clouds and done it, but I feel like
like,
it included the
it
Mario
was-
Kart, and that was a good thing about it. It included Mario Kart, and they wanted to get in so many different things from all the different games. That was a good thing about it. I just thought that it dragged the story on a little bit longer than it should have, but I overall thought it was a very good inclusion in the movie.
I agree. I think that if it was cut out, then the entire pacing would have just slowed down. Because, like, there's the big Donkey Kong action scene. And then it would have just cut to, oh yeah, we're at the final movie. And, like, you have to have that mid-place, I think.
Yeah, you have to have something
And
to
also
keep it
it-
going.
I think it couldn't have been Rainbow Road though. Like they could have done like something like I don't know, like not just a random rainbow in the sky. Like
I also thought that that was a good, colorful thing. They also what I was actually just thinking yesterday is, what if they drove through different pipes and went to different courses and tracks and tried to like lose Bowser and his minions?
What if when they fell off
That could
Rainbow
be
Road,
really
they landed onto like a different like,
Yeah.
track or something?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they could fall off, they could go in somewhere else.
Totally I could totally see, like, a few years into this franchise, it's like, oh yeah, we got the Mario movie, we got the DK movie, we got the Luigi's Mansion movie, now we're gonna get the Mario Kart movie that's gonna take the plot of Cars and just make it Mario Kart.
Oh my word.
Yeah.
Yes. Genius.
Moving on, let's talk about Ready Player One. This was a very good Steven Spielberg movie. It was a very good movie. From what I've seen, and I've seen the entire movie, this is a very cool futuristic movie, okay? It's all about VR. It's a great film, and it's set in Cleveland, Ohio. How can you go wrong with that?
Oh my word, that's actually crazy.
Yeah, have any of you guys seen this movie?
No,
Nope.
but I've wanted to for a long time.
I
Oh,
read
man.
the book.
You guys are missing out. The book and the movie, from what I've heard, I haven't read the book, but I've watched the movie, and the movie is so good. It goes into so much depth, and it's so cool, and I want you all to watch it. It's so good.
I didn't know there was a book.
Yeah, neither did I until after. I'm like, oh, there's a book, and there's another one. There's, I don't know if there's 2 or 3, but yeah. Ready Player One, great movie. War Games came out in 1983. That's an even better movie. I wouldn't say better. It's about a little bit lower than Ready Player One. It's a game where this kid, played by Matthew Broderick, hacks into the government agency through his computer, and he's just looking for video games to play, so he accidentally starts global thermonuclear war, as teenagers do. And basically,
Oh my word.
the computer thinks it's a game, but then because it's hacked into the government thing, it starts global thermonuclear war. And they basically have to stop it. It's kind of about video games, not really. I would say it's under the term video game movies, because it's about video games almost. There's a lot of video game references in
Okay.
there, but yeah, very good movie. Has anybody else seen it?
Sick. I have not.
I'm telling you, everything that's on here, we gotta watch.
Agreed.
Yeah.
At some point. What if we just had like a movie binging day?
That'd
We
be-
all,
that'd be
well,
great.
except for Presto. I'm sorry, Presto, you can't.
No.
Just do it.
But everybody else,
We'll all go to my house and we'll just Discord call Presto and we'll all just watch him.
That'd be fun.
agreed.
Let's do it. But another good movie, Sonic the Hedgehog. We're gonna bundle these two together, Sonic 1 and 2.
Sonic the Hedgehog. Sorry.
You know what? Take it away, Preston. You seem like you have a lot to say.
This was the first good video game movie. You cannot change my mind on that. Sure, there are some complaints with this movie, like the first trailer being garbage,
Awful.
the worst, to the point where Disney made a joke about Ugly Sonic
In the
their
Chipmunks
Chip 'n' Dale
movie, yeah, that was
Yeah, which absolutely hilarious.
beautiful
Um,
movie. I loved it.
but- Sega and Paramount turned it around and gave us a really iconic character design, and then gave us a great voice actor that fit with the role well, and then they turned it into a road trip movie. Is that bad? No, but as film theory proved, Sonic could literally just run around America until he randomly found where he needed to go. But that's still fine, because we had Jim Carrey as Eggman, perfect casting. We had Sonic versus Eggman, big final battle. It was great. It was good. Like, it wasn't a 10 out of 10, but it was a good movie.
Yeah, I
The
feel
next
like
movie,
yeah.
yeah,
Sorry,
Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is better.
even better. It's even better. It makes everything that was made Sonic 1 good even better. And I feel like Ben Schwartz's performance of Sonic is one of the best things, because he gives that cockiness. He gives that like teenage 12-year-old, 13-year-old
He really,
edge to the character, and he makes him lively.
he is perfect for that character.
Mhm.
Just as I think Idris Elba is a great casting for Knuckles, and I am so excited to see what Keanu Reeves puts down as Shadow.
Oh,
when
it's
the
gonna
third
be
movie
so
comes out.
good.
But I also really like that Colleen O'Shaughnessy came back to just voice Tails, because, like, her voice is Tails, and it always has been.
Yeah.
You seen the Knuckles TV show?
Yeah, I have not. I have not seen it yet. I watched the first episode.
I saw the first episode. I haven't seen any more of it, but I want to, and I probably will as I'm editing this episode, but I'm excited to see.
It looks like a fun comedy.
It is.
But it suffered. Yeah. Knuckles
It's
suffers
not
from what
like-
the first movies suffer from as well, which is 50% of the screen time
Tuberculosis.
doesn't go to Sonic.
It's my joke, John.
I know.
50% of the screen time goes to the random humans that aren't from the games. And that's my only, like, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is a perfect movie if you cut out the wedding scene. Because it doesn't need to be there.
Yeah.
I just want to see all of the CGI characters interacting, which is something that I don't normally say. But specifically for Sonic, that's my only complaint. But the end of the second movie is, like, legitimately perfection. Everything that happens, I'm not going to spoil it if you haven't seen it. Go watch it. But seriously, and also Jim Carrey as Eggman, perfect.
Beautiful.
casting.
He's
Like,
coming out of retirement
I'm
just to
so-
do the third film, and I'm excited.
Coming out of retirement, great, and
I think it's ironic that he went into retirement after Sonic 2 and then came out for Sonic 3.
yeah, like, I see you guys. I'm back.
I'm back, baby. No, a big thing with what was I gonna say? Are you kidding me? I had this whole monologue prepared and I forgot it all. Oh, that's it.
I don't know, man.
In Knuckles, Knuckles is only on screen for less than half of the show.
That it's because they don't have they just don't have the budget for it.
Yeah. Five Nights at Freddy's 2023. Ooh boy, this was the most I've been hyped for a non-animated movie.
I'll be honest. I was probably, out of all the movies here, this was probably the one that I was most excited for. I'll be honest.
I watched it day one on Peacock. It was such a good movie. I wanted to watch it later in theaters. I didn't get the option or the chance, but I wanted to so bad. My friend, also named Landon, he loves the series, hyped me up for this movie. We watched it. He watched it. I watched it. We loved it. I've been keeping him up to date on the FNAF 2 updates. He loves this movie from what I've heard. And it's just a good movie overall. The story's a little bit weird, but I feel like that makes up with the spoiler alert, Matt Pat's in the movie. I thought
Exactly.
that was the cameos. I wish Markiplier could have been in it, but he's already doing his movie Iron Lung, so that didn't work out. But what's his name? Corey something? Yeah. He's in it as the little cab driver. That was a cool gag right there. Was Scott Cawthon even in the movie?
I don't think he was, but he was very
hands-on.
involved in-
He very hands-on with the movie.
yeah. And I think
Right.
that's where we're getting the best things. I don't know how hands-on Sega was with the Sonic movie, but they still did a great job.
For what I
Whereas,
heard,
like,
they were very
the Mario-
hands-on.
The Mario movie, for example, like that is Miyamoto was on there, like on location, making sure that everything was going well, or or even the music of that movie was like Brian Tyler worked closely with Koji Kondo, and obviously there was it was good because of that. If you try to make a movie without like the creators or at least the company making sure that everything stays the same, you end up with the 1983 Mario Bros. Movie. Or even something like the Angry Birds movie, which personally wasn't my favorite.
Yeah, I didn't really like the Angry Birds movie. I thought the second one was a little bit better, but the first one was just iffy, which I don't know why I put it under good movies. We're going to put that under bad movies since I just didn't like it. I don't remember a
Based on what I
thing
know,
I don't remember a thing from this movie, and it was just so unmemorable. I'm sure that there was at least one or two funny scenes, but from what I've seen, which is all of it, it's boring.
based on what I know about Angry Birds, an Angry Birds movie personally would not seem appealing to me.
Yeah, it's just
Maybe that's just
shoot a bird at a pig, the end. It was very hard for them
my
to
word.
make a story out of that, but I feel like what they did was fine. It was just the execution of it all. It was just not the best story that they could tell. And Angry Birds just was not the best story to tell, and I feel like they could have done a little bit more with it. I don't know what they could have done, but they could have done more with it. But that's gonna be our first bad movie. The second bad movie from 2015 with Adam Sandler is Pixels. I liked this movie when it first came out in 2015, and I recently rewatched it, and it was not good at all. It was the most 2015 Adam Sandler thing I've seen in my life. It was awful.
I've never heard of Pixels.
You've never heard of Pixels?
What is it?
So it's a movie where arcade characters come to life as like aliens, and they try to take over the world. So then Adam Sandler, the guy from King of Queens, the guy who plays Olaf, and some military lady all team up and try to fight against the alien things. There's this one guy who's from Game of Thrones. He's the short guy.
It's called Pixels because it's all pixelated.
Yeah. It was
Okay.
not a good movie. Has anybody else seen this movie?
I remember watching part of it.
Yeah, it's not worth it. It's just not good. You know what's even worse, though?
Super Mario Bros.
That's right, the 1993 Mario movie with Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo. This movie I've talked about on Game Frames. It was not the best. The execution was awful. Like we were just talking about, Nintendo was not hands-on with this at all. It went through multiple different companies, multiple directors, multiple writers. At one point, the script changed 3 times in one day. So
How is
Yeah.
that possible?
And also, nobody knew. Nobody knew like what they were making. Like, I don't know what Mario is. This is just what I was told to do.
the guy who played Mario, Bob Hoskins, didn't know Mario was a video game character until after the movie came out, when his son had to tell him, yeah, it's a video game.
Oh my
like, I'm just
word,
making
that's
a movie.
actually absurd.
Yeah,
That- Oh my word, that's actually absurd.
that's gonna be in a song.
Presto, why do you
I
have
don't-
to be the way you are?
I just feel like sometimes I just can't do anything except for sing.
Totally.
Sing part out.
And you know what movie doesn't have singing? The Wizard. That was the biggest
Dang it.
downfall. There was no singing in The Wizard. The Wizard is a movie from 1989 that was really just a giant Nintendo commercial for Mario 3.
It was a great movie, but there was no musical number, so it was
There was
bad.
no musical number, and there was very little Luigi. I didn't see much of Luigi in the movie, so it immediately gets an F-. So The Wizard, I don't know what the movie is called, but it's a movie about an autistic child that, or not child, but an autistic guy that is in a band and I guess plays pinball really well. They basically took that plot, turned the guy into a child, and now he's just really good at Nintendo games. So then they take him to the pre-Nintendo World Championships version of Nintendo World Championships at Universal, exactly where the championships was played, and they play games there. It's exactly the same as World Championships. Fred Savage is in the movie. That was a cool thing, but the execution just really wasn't well. There's a B plot about the dad trying to get his son's custody back and fighting this guy who looks like the angry video game nerd but isn't quite the angry video game nerd. So, yeah.
Favorite type of person.
Yeah. That was The Wizard. So,
How have you seen all of these and we haven't?
I don't know.
Okay, the answer is
Yeah, I'm a very sheltered child. So, this movie, it exists. It wasn't the best. But how about we talk about movies that don't quite exist yet, but will be in the very close future, alright?
Genius.
The Mario movie
I love it.
sequel. We're not going to call it Mario Movie 2 because we don't know if it is the Mario Movie 2. It comes out April 3rd, 2026. And wow, this movie has
Is
a
that
lot
the
of
re-
potential.
okay. Josiah, where did you get these release dates?
They announced that release date when the movie was
yeah, they
announced.
announced that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Like
Yep.
April 3rd.
April 3rd, 2026.
Wow.
Picked
They
really
just
They just
wow.
said it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the Mario
2
movie
days after
was supposed.
April Fools. I mean,
Yeah, the movie was originally
Yeah.
supposed. The Mario movie
It
was
was
supposed to
delayed.
come out on December 15th or something like that, but then it was delayed to April, and then they brought it back like 3 days. So they did us a favor. So the Mario movie 2, I'm excited to see where this goes. There's a lot of different things that they could do. It could be a Luigi's Mansion movie, a Donkey Kong movie. All of these things have been in the works, and some of these things have been confirmed. From the guy who voiced Bowser over in France or Germany, whatever he said, they're planning on doing 3 movies. So now we know. Well, at least a trilogy. At the bare minimum, there's going to be a trilogy. Because when this movie, the Mario movie, was the most successful film from 2023 after, like, production costs and everything, yeah, you think they're going to make more? As it already made $1.1 billion? Yeah.
Yeah, that would probably be a pretty smart move on
Yeah,
Nintendo's
only
part.
a little bit. It's only going to make a little bit more than $1 billion. But
Right.
I'm excited for this. Then we also got Mortal Kombat 2 coming out October 24th, 2025. Mortal Kombat is a fighting game. I didn't watch the original Mortal Kombat, so I don't know. But I just saw it on the GCP Twitter page. Sorry, X. I don't want to call it X. I'm calling it Twitter. But yeah, it's coming out. I don't know what to say about it, but you know what I do have to talk about?
Minecraft.
Yeah, with Jack Black and whoever plays Aquaman, because I'm excited for this. Jack Black's gonna be Steve.
Okay, did they actually come out with a release date for this one as well?
Yep.
How have I been living under a rock?
No,
No,
no, we've just been living in Ohio.
Dates were always earlier.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they announced the
Like,
movie was supposed to come
at
out
one
last
point-
year, but it didn't.
Like at one
Yeah.
point I remember seeing like the bare rumors about it. And now all of a sudden we have a release date and like a cast and everything. I'm like, what happened?
Yeah, we showed some leaked photos in the last episode about like trees. A few more images
Oh,
dropped.
I remember that.
Yeah, they finally
You mean
finished
the
filming.
one with Endo?
Yeah, we finally
Huh.
they finally finished filming everything. Everything's done. They're just editing the movie at this point.
Wow.
And
That's sick.
That's gonna be awesome. I'm so excited to see what they do with this movie. And because it's a live action film, and because everything's blocky, this has potential to be either the best movie of 2025 or the cringiest
Or the
movie
worst.
of 2025. But there's another movie coming out in
Yeah.
2025, FNAF 2, coming out in fall of 2025. I'm excited for this one. I was just talking about it. I can't wait for this movie. I've been talking a little bit too much. Does anybody else want to give their thoughts?
I have no thoughts on FNAF as a franchise.
Because
I'm
you
not
don't
crazy.
like it.
First one.
Yep.
I loved the first one personally, and I think I watched it on like, how did I even watch it? Hoopla? Did I watch it on Hoopla?
The library app?
Yeah, I think I might have literally watched it on Hoopla.
I don't know how
Or no.
people watch things
No,
on
sorry.
Hoopla.
I watched it on Spotify. I'm sorry, I watched it on Spotify.
Oh, that's right, because somebody pirated the entire movie and put it on Spotify for free.
Of course they did. Of course
Exactly. And so I watched it.
I watched
It
it on
was good.
Peacock and then it sent it to me so I could rewatch it.
Yeah, I feel like before that I hadn't really had a grasp on the idea behind the FNAF story,
Yeah.
and so I don't know. I feel like it kind of
Yeah,
gave me
That-
an idea of
really did introduce me into the franchise. Like I watched all the game
Yeah.
theory lore videos, but I didn't really understand any of them.
yeah. What I did was I watched all the lore videos after I watched the movie,
Yeah.
like immediately afterwards, like as soon as I was done. Funny, but yeah. So I'm excited for FNAF 2, honestly. It'll be good.
You know what
Hopefully
else?
they won't leak it and
You know what else?
put it on Spotify.
You know what else you're excited for?
Yeah.
The
Zelda
Zelda
movie.
movie. I'm excited for this one. Oh man.
Why
this
was this
could
not on the
be-
future movies? Why was this not there?
Because we
until
already-
I put it there.
Because, John, we already talked about this movie in a full episode, which you can actually watch not
Yeah,
on
that's true.
screen because probably a bunch of people are listening on Spotify or different listening platforms. So go check out the other episode on the Zelda movie, which you can find either if you're on YouTube. We'll probably put like a card up. I can't guarantee it. It's probably not up there. If you're listening on anything else, just check out the other episodes. But finish this episode first, please.
We're almost done.
Yeah, we're almost done. Actually, you know what? Let's just end it now. Does that sound good?
Sure.
Yes.
I think we're good.
I think we're good. Yeah. But with that out of the way, I'm Josiah.
And I'm Jonathan.
I'm Landon.
And I'm Presto.
And this is Gaming Corner.